Hey, what's up, everybody? Back at it on the boat again today. I don't have a whole lot of time this evening, but I'm going to try to do as much as I can. This would potentially be the third video, I think, that I'm shooting. So we'll see when it all gets put together. But here we go. Let's get at it. So first of all, on the front deck, I got it cut out like in the last video, but then I stained it with this Olympic stain. It's like a 10-year. It's an outdoor. This is a solid. I have no idea what color it is because I just got this a long time ago when I was doing the old boat. But any kind of outdoor stain that's going to go like on a deck or something is going to work for that. Even though I don't plan on being in the rain too much, but I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like with the stain on it. Color doesn't matter, any of that doesn't matter. I just got the cheapest one I could get a long time ago and it's still good. I put 2 coats, dose, on both sides and on the edges, so bottom, top, all around the edges, 2 coats. And we're gonna do something fun. Hopefully I can get this done today. We'll see. Just got these delivered to Bass Pro. I just picked them up. These are actually considered Ascend for the Ascend kayaks. However, this is showing Sea Dog line. I don't know if they're owned or if they own Ascend or vice versa or who owns who, but I still was able to get my discount on this. So this was awesome. So that's the lid. That's a hatch lid, obviously. I'm going to use 2 of these, hopefully. And this is the tub that will be up front. Technically, I only need 1 tub in the front. I just remembered that because I'm going to have a hole that just the hatch is going to go on so I can access the battery eventually once it's up front. And then right behind it, most likely, is going to be the a storage hatch that's going to have a tub in it to put lures and other stuff in it. Had some slowdowns today. Had to go to the store a couple times and pick up a few things like this and a couple other things, and then I gashed my leg on the trailer because I didn't have long pants on. So there you go, guys. Kids, wear long pants if you're going to be around semi-sharp objects. This one's going to leave a mark. Let's do a quick look at this lid. This is the first time I've opened it up. I've only seen them on the kayaks. I know a lot of times people and I did this on my old boat. I cut out a hole and I made a lid and I did all that. I had to get hinges and everything else. I just want to do this easy. And since I only need an opening here with a hatch to pull a battery in and out and another one behind it, or I may have to run them side by side. That's something I got to measure out today. I decided I was just going to go with it this way. The hatches are relatively expensive. If you're just, I don't know, paying regular price, or 60 something bucks. You know, I'll try to put the prices up here again for that. The box is only like, I think it was $19.99, so I got that half off and I got the lid half off, and which is the only reason I was doing this. If I had to pay full price, I'd never do it. I'd cut the hole, I'd make a lid myself, have to carpet the lid, have to do everything else, which again, I didn't want to hassle with all that this time around. So being able to get a good price, I went ahead and went with this. I haven't checked to see. I know it's not too deep. I think that's about 6 inches deep if I remember right, 6 or 7. So it shouldn't be too deep to fit down in here, whether I go side to side or I go front to back. I'm thinking I want to go front to back because the battery compartment's right here underneath, you know, where you guys saw that in previous video. If you didn't, go back and check that out. But this is the latch, the lid. I've never used one of these, so let's see. Unlock that way, unlock. Wow, bam, there you go. It's got a nice rubber seal on it, so there shouldn't be any water getting in. I'm not doing a bunch of drain. I know a lot of guys that do tiny boats, and it's awesome for them. They do a bunch of like drainage and all that. I'm not doing any of that because a lot of times rain, I don't think I'll get a lot of rain through this. This is going to hit this and roll off. It may get on the carpet, but then it should not dry up. I don't fish a lot in the rain anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. But this is nice. This will go down into the hole, drops down, turn it, lock it, it's latched down. Easy peasy. I haven't looked to see how this fits on here, so let's look at that real quick. Assuming it goes inside of it. Let's see. And this better work because this is supposed to fit. It's not going to go in. I wonder if it sits on top. There we go. Oh, easy now. Okay, so it goes inside of it. That's nice. They keep this from coming out, I guess, this little notch right here. But it'll sit down in there just like that. Goes in from the inside, down in. It doesn't pop in from the outside. This way it's great because then it keeps it from, I didn't have to screw anything into it. I can just put it down in here and I'm good to go. Screw down the top. I don't know if it came with screws, probably not. You know, nobody could put, you know, 8 screws in a box for you. So I'll have to get some stainless ones and put in here. I'll probably get some pan head screws that would probably fit nice, you know, inside the holes, the little divots that they put in. At least they did that. So we're gonna, I got to figure out the size. So it doesn't tell me how to do this. I'm probably going to have to draw out the inside edge because I don't need to have the lip, I don't think. And then we'll get on this. I can't put it too close up here because I do have a 2x running under here. So I'll have to measure that out, and then I'll have to be, at least so that this part can go next to the 2x and fine. And I'll turn it around, we'll, you know. I gotta double check and see if I can put them back to back or if I'm gonna have to put them side by side. Either way, I'm gonna have to run support underneath it on 2 sides. Like I said, there'll be 2 of these, 2 lids, only 1 tub underneath. Let's get it. Right now I'm just getting a guesstimate to see if I can stack them front to back, so to speak. So I've marked a line. Just again, this is just an estimate. I came off 2 inches from here to give me a little play for that 1.5 inches of the 2x that's there. And then the next one, I'll let's see. I'll have to have support run this way. If I cut 2 holes right next to each other, this is going to be real flimsy. So I have to have enough support to go in between it. So at least another 1.5 inches in between. So let's mark up. We'll go, I'm going to go 2 inches and see if that'll be enough. And again, these are just estimates. I'm just trying to see which way I can put it in. I'd like to be able to put it in this direction, but I don't know if I can. So we're going to line that line up with the lid. Can't see it. Goodness. What is up with my eyeballs? Okay, let's try it this way. There and there. Alright, good enough government work for now. Mark the front. And then I'll measure back and see where that brings me. I'll kind of go from the front and then from the back also to see where I line up. Let's see. There's those 2. Here's the other line. So from the very end, I am about 19.5. And it's obviously a little crooked because I'm just guesstimating. 19 3/4 is the one we'll go with. So 19 3/4. And yes, I'm writing on my boat with a pencil. It's not going to be the end of the world. It'll wash right off. 19 3/4 from the front. And from the back, I'm looking at about 23.5. 23 1/4. We'll say 23.5. 23.5. Okay. Let's see. Let's take it out. Take a look. See what we got. So 23.5 from the back side. That is close. 23.5 is right here, which is about a 1/4 inch from the end. 23.5 on this side. It's right about at it. 19 3/4. That is not going to work because I'm at 19.5 from the end. So shoot. I guess I'm gonna have to go side to side and then I don't know of a way to back this up any further. This is kind of warped. But if I had to run one in between it, I'd have to frame this, which I may have to do anyway. If I run them side by side, I can just pop one in the middle of them here, and you know, in between here and here, pop in another support, and then I'll have a here and here. It may be more difficult, obviously, to get the battery out. See how deep this tub is, just to see. I got room. The tub would be up about to here, roughly, with the plywood in. That should be very doable to do them side by side, though. I guess I'm going to do them side by side, and let's see if I can actually reach in and grab the battery, though. That's the question. Can I reach in and grab it and then pull it off to the side? All right, it took me forever to remember where I put my battery at. Now this is not a lithium, like I said. This thing is, and it's heavy, but it's only a group 24. Sheesh, these little things, it's not that big to be this heavy. Oh crap, that's not going to work at all. That is not going to work at all. Even if I, even if I have the, I mean, I'd have to raise the deck really high, and I'm not doing that because I'm not redoing that. That's higher than the rest of it. Now if it, hang on, let's see. Golly. Get this out, just get an idea. If it's in the tray, it's gonna work. Now of course they didn't make these boats. I know. They didn't make these boats for somebody to deck them out and hide a battery. I get it. But let's just see if this will help. Oh, maybe. Wow. Maybe a ½ inch in between there. Maybe. I can't even get my finger all the way under it without it moving the board. So not a lot of space. If I have it in there and I have another container here, my tub sitting here, I'm not going to be able to sideways. But well, I got a tub here and here, or an opening here, tub over there potentially. I could reach through here, through this latch, through the opening, but I'd have to disconnect it. I'd have to grab it somehow like this, tip it over, and pull it out of there, which is not ideal, obviously. Crap. It's an AGM. I'm gonna have to ask some people. If you guys know, let me know too, but it should be sealed. I don't know if I can set it sideways. I know with the lithium, I could set a lithium sideways. Also, what I could do is I could just, I'd have 2 batteries in the back, which is not ideal either, and I don't know if that would be high enough. I'm not even going to check it right now. I'll check it when I go to put the deck in. I need a flatter battery. That's what I need up here to run the trolling motor eventually, once I have the trolling motor mounted up front. Okay, let's pause for a minute. Okay, for those of you who don't know, lithium batteries are extremely light. They give you full power all the way through the use of it. Roughly 1/3 of the weight of a comparable battery. That's roughly what it is. It's more than half, or less than half the weight of a regular battery. However, it's about the same height. I was thinking maybe I could set it, I could set up a like a hatch here. Let's see if that's going to touch. That would give me clearance. I could still do it here if I had the lithium. It's just a hair shorter. I don't know if I could do it with the actual base still in there, although if I can put it here and it's far enough down, which it wasn't over here, yeah, it's fine there. Here's the other issue. I don't know if this size battery will fit through this hatch. It will. It's a tight fit, but if I had it just right, I could still have it in there. My hatch would be way over here to the side. It's not a bad thing necessarily. It would be way over here, this hatch would, and I'd want it level, right, or even. I'd want the other hatch to be further over that way just to make it look right, and then have at least a little bit of a walkway, which wouldn't be terrible, in the middle. And I was just thinking too, this other battery is a little heavier. I don't like the idea of having something heavy on one side of the boat. Lithium, you know, I mean, it weighs almost nothing. There is a smaller version of this. This is a 60 amp hour that I use with the kayak. There's a 53 amp or 52 amp, I think, that I could potentially use for this boat. I just have to save up, you know, 3 times the money, because they're about 3 times the cost. Well, not quite 3 times the cost for me, because this is a tracker. I can still get a good deal on it. Well, like I said, I'm going to have to look at what I'm going to do with the battery situation. I think I'm still good to go with the height that I have it set at, as far as where it's going to be, as far as the deck height. I think I'm good. I just got to figure out how I'm going to put everything else on there. It's getting late, it's getting dark. Like I said, I was behind today. And I'll work on it a couple of days from now. I'll have a little more time and be able to get out here early and start working on it, and hopefully can get the next step accomplished. All right, we're back at it. I think I've figured out how to mark where I want the hatches to go. I'm just trying to make sure that they're not, you know, too close to like each end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount them. I'll put it on this side, because I'm got that. I got to make a line over there, so. But they'll go this direction and basically open up outward instead of obviously opening inward. That's a pain in the butt. So they're going to open out, and this is plenty. I don't have to open them all the way out flat. If I have them here, basically off to the side, then I've got at least a little space to walk up the middle. I'll be marking stuff over here and over here where the kind of the back side, the hinge side, so to speak, would be, and we'll see if we can get this rolling. But I've marked underneath where I can only go so far this direction, and there go the dogs again. I don't have to go that far. I don't need a battery up here until, you know, sometime next year, whenever I decide to put the trolling motor up front and I can afford to get a motor for the back, and that's probably at least a year out. So I'm going to just leave this as a hatch, and I can always add a tub and just drop it in the hatch. We're going to eyeball her, because I don't want these to be off, right? I don't want one like 3 inches up further than the other one. That would just look stupid. So we're going to do our best here to not do a Tim Taylor. I don't know of any other way to get it squared other than that. There could be an easier way. Feel free to comment, but I'm going to be cutting it in a minute, so I'm not going to see your comments, other than maybe for the next time I do the back, because everything is freaking rounded, of course, and I can't get, you know, I can't get anything squared. And if I can line it up like that, and then line up the other side here, I think this is square. Again, it looks weird. I don't, because I'm either going to follow this line or this line. And again, I don't have to, I guess, because it would, I need to follow a line so that it's level, straight, whatever you want to call it. So I need to follow a line in some form or fashion, obviously. Yeah. So that's closer, this one's closer to the wall. This is only 2 3/4, that was 3 1/4. Now that's a big difference. I gotta figure out what I did wrong. Alright guys, I'm calling it quits for the day. I didn't get a lot done. I can't do math today. It's been a long week and I can't seem to get my measurements right for some reason, so I'm just gonna stop before I screw something up, before I cut something and it's wrong. What's up guys, back at it again. Man, if it rains on me today, I'm gonna be upset. I'm under my carport, but it's blowing 20 miles an hour out here on the wind at times. So anyway, hopefully I can get something done today. All right, I think I finally got my lines marked. For the boxes. With all these curves, it's hard to get it, you know, like a true square, true straight, so it's right. But I've got 11 inches in between there and at the top. All right, so I got it cut out. I've got it fitted. Everything fits right. I did realize that, hang on. Since this was made to fit in a kayak, it's got a slim, if you guys can see that little right there, that is what locks it. So unless I'm not gonna, well, lock meaning close, so it won't pop back open. So what I'm gonna have to do is gotta flip the board over, and underneath I gotta, I don't know, route out or something, an area so that this can still latch when I turn the latch on it. So I gotta do that. All right guys, there it is. I just drilled it out and left a gap. I may have to shore it up, I don't know, but right now it looks pretty good. So it's locked in, right? It won't come up. Lift it up, twist it, open it up. So one of them will have the bucket in it, the tub, so to speak, and one of them will just be open. I wish I had ordered 2 of these instead of just the one, but I wanted to make sure it would work. Tubs just drop down, just like that. I think they're about 6 inches deep, roughly. I've been looking to see what type of, oh shoot, you know what I could have done? I didn't even think about that. I could have just put the thing in there and marked it. There's my hole. Anyway, that's what I do next time, y'all. But I just wasn't sure if it was gonna work right, so I didn't want to order 2 and then have to, you know, send them back or whatever. But it's gonna look nice. So I'll have one over here also. Man, I wish I had that to show you guys, but I think you can kind of get an idea. They'll both open out. I'll put it up on here, the deck, in a minute, so you can kind of see it with it in there. So there it is on the boat. Man, it's gonna be nice. And I do have some space in the middle to walk. Like I told you guys, it's 11 inches to the inside edge of those, so it's only going to be probably about 9 or 10 inches in between, but it'll be enough to kind of walk in between. I'll need to put some supports in here. I think what I'm going to do next, since I've got those where I want them, I'm going to screw it down to the deck framing that I did underneath here, and then that way I can just lift it straight out and I know where everything is supposed to be. I don't have to worry about it being in the wrong place when I'm setting it up and trying to get the other things. I'll have to mark, well, I don't have to mark it. I'll know where my lines are, where I'll have to put a support here and a support there on both sides of that, so that it will hold up when I'm walking across it. Although I've got support here and support back, I don't know, about 2 feet back or so, but we'll support the middle up on both sides of these. And then we'll be almost done for the day. If I have time, I'm going to carpet. I'll carpet today if I can. Hopefully I can get that done. All right guys, so I'm almost done framing out the bottom of it. I want to put supports in between where like right around where the well, where the hatches are on each side. And then so I'm just drilling, screwing in supports. I know it's not like framed up, you know, to where you walk on it, but it's a very small gap in between there. And I mean, it felt pretty good even without any of this. And so once I add all this, I think it's going to be pretty sturdy. I don't need any back here, in case you're wondering, because this is where the seat is. So I put these little blocks in a while ago because there is a space underneath where there's a curved part, where you can see here where the cup holder and stuff is. So I put the little 2x2 in there and then one on the other side, so it'll drop in there to kind of help so that it doesn't kind of bow in like on the end. If I did step on the end, it'll hold it up and keep it from falling in. Almost got it, almost ready to carpet. All right, y'all, so here's the carpet. I like this blue color that Bass Pro sells. Had to order it, these dogs. It came in faster than I thought it was going to come in, so that was pretty cool. It's got a little bit of black in it, which I think will look good with the boat. The boat's got this black and grayish, bluish looking kind of tint here and there, so I think we're going to like it, and we're going to put it on. Okay, so as I've been thinking about this for a while now, I don't think I'm skilled enough with my carpeting skills to basically come down. If I put, okay, let me start over. I was planning on just running a piece of wood, a board straight down, to cover from here basically down, just so that I don't have all this in here. And I thought about even putting like a secondary storage compartment in there for thinner things to drop down in there. I still don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but in order to carpet around this and then come around this and go down, and I just don't think I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to most likely, you can see I'm still struggling with this. I think I'm going to bump this out with a another board. I'll come out here, and that'll give me a lip that I can go across and kind of wrap and go under, connect it, and then this will still be partially exposed depending on what kind of board I use, and then I could just come straight up underneath it. I was trying to avoid a seam is what I was trying to do, and I could come straight back up underneath the other one with another board that's carpeted and just fit it right in. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Still got to figure out those openings. All right, y'all, the wind is picking up. I'm hoping I can get this carpet on before the rain and the wind blows it all on me. So got it ready. I'm gonna put the glue down. All right, guys, it's glued up. I'm not the best gluer, I'm sure, out there, but I tried to get really good coverage, and we're gonna wrap her down and pull her down and staple it, and then I'll cut the holes out after it dries. I'm not gonna wrap in here because I'm gonna put the you know, the hatches down on it, so I don't really need to wrap it. Well, guys, you can probably hear it. I got rained out. I almost got all the carpet on. I mean, I got the carpet on the front deck. I got it glued. But I didn't get everything stapled yet, and I didn't cut out the access hatches. So I'll try to do that sometime later this week, and so you guys can see that. Hey guys, back at it again today. New day. Got a couple hours. Going to work on the deck. See if we can get this front part done completely, other than being able to put one of the access hatches on because it hasn't come in the mail yet. So we just got a little more stapling to do. I got a few more bits and pieces here I got to do. A couple of spots over here that I need to get taken care of. So let's get that done. If anybody knows a really good way other than just putting a screw in the end of the caulk to get it to work right, I'm open. Let me know. All right, I think I'm good on the back side. Again, I am not the best carpenter in the world, not by a long shot. I'm not very proud of the way these sides end up where it goes next to the rod holders, but I've put some adhesive caulk and stapled as best I can around these spots, and hopefully it'll look okay when I set it down. Hopefully it'll fit good with the extra, you know, thickness of the carpet. This is a pretty thin carpet. It's like the, I guess you'd say the thinnest, so to speak, that they have. Just the basic deck carpeting for boats that they sell through Bass Pro. Got the holes cut out for the access hatches. Let's see how she looks. All right, y'all, here we go. Oh, that is real sturdy right there. That is nice. And I didn't feel any give at all. I mean, I could stand on these two, you know, they'll be fine. But mostly I'm just concerned about that. And the side part, I put a piece over there. That's helpful. Keeps it from bowing down in there. Look at that. That is beautiful. I wish I had 2 hatches to show you guys, but I just don't have it. It's not here. Alright, y'all, well, I may work on one more part tonight, this underside. Hang on. I've got a little time, and you know, I'm still trying to decide, do I want to put something like drop a, you know, drop the short wall there? It would cover over, you know, this area here on both sides. Or do I want to just leave it? I can't decide. I mean, you know, I was thinking, oh, I could just add another piece to it, and then I could make another drawer or a door, and I could have another flap drop down and open up for extra storage. I don't know if I want to go through all that. I might. We'll see. If I decide to do that, it might be on the next video. We'll see how tired I get here by the end of the night. All right, y'all. One shot of it complete. I finally got the other hatch lid in. Man, that looks good. Look at that, y'all. Woo-wee.